Alright, boys and girls, welcome to the DFS experience for Friday, November 17th. This video is brought to you by our friends over at Thrive Fantasy, the player prop website where you can play against the house or play against other players in contest format. Here's some of the props we have up on the screen. You got Dame Dollar over under 24.5 total points. If you choose over, you get 95 points. If you choose under, you get 105 points. You got Lonzo Ball over under 5.5 total assists. If you choose over, you get 80 points. If you choose under, you get 120 points. You do get a deposit match up to 250 if you use my promo code DFS Chapo, or you could use the link that's in my description. We're going to start with DraftKings. We're going to start with point guards. The 11-game slate. I'm going to breeze through this shit like there's no tomorrow. Oh, by the way, fuck the Nets. The Nets are bums. They're a poverty franchise. Jacques Vaughn, he's a fucking bum. He needs to go coach high school. The Nets are never going to achieve anything. That team is trash. Cam Johnson's a donkey. Dinwiddie's a bozo. Fucking Mikal Bridges needs to go back to Phoenix. What else? Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm not even going to say nothing. Let me just focus. We start with DraftKings. We start with point guard. Lonzo Ball, king of the hill for point guards, 10.2K. Going up against Milwaukee. I like that matchup for him. Who's really going to stop him? Malik Beasley? Dame Dollar? I don't think so. Fire his ass up. If Booker plays, you can fire him up for 10K. Dame Dollar, nobody's going to stop him, but looks like Giannis is back. We haven't seen Giannis and Dame both go off at the same time, so that's the issue. But they're both in play. Everybody's in play. Donovan Mitchell, if he's in, great. Good matchup. If he's out, you already know what to do. You're firing up Garland. If Garland's in, and you're firing up LeVert. Garland is questionable, so we got to pay attention to Cleveland news. We know that's big. Scotty Barnes, absolutely in play. Trae Young plays Philly very well, in play. Maxi's a good defender, but Young is matchup proof. We know that. Maxi's in play. I'm expecting a big game out of him. He had a little bit of a down game, but he is an all-star, and he is a top-tier player now. 50, 63, 74, 40, and 30. I'm looking for him to go back to his 60-ish fantasy points plus ways. You feel me? Fox is in play. DeJounte Brunson's in play. Harden is... I mean, you could play Harden at 76, but that team's in a tailspin. Van Vliet's in play. Drew Holiday's fine, but you see they look better when one of Brown or Tatum are off the floor. So if Boston's fully healthy, I don't like Drew Holiday as much. Garland, you know he gets a bump with no Mitchell. D'Angelo Russell's been fine for fantasy. Fire his ass up. If Beal is in, he's okay at 35 at 7K, but it's a lot to ask him, Durant, and Booker to all pay off their salaries if they're all playing together. Clarkson's fine. Mays is fine. Poole, listen, Washington is a fucking awful team. They're an awful fantasy team for many reasons, and the Knicks are not their pace is not high, so that's just a recipe for disaster. You feel me? Westbrook, my man's got benched. I don't even know if he could pay 6,500 off. Like I said, the Clippers are in a tailspin. Schroeder, you could take a shot. Derek White, you could take a shot quickly. Sohan, Trey Jones, I'm lying. Tyus Jones, you could take a shot, but that's Washington. Remember, I don't really like playing them. Suggs has been good for fantasy. Hawkins is at his best when everybody is healthy and he comes off the bench. Melton is fine. Kobe White is fine. Keontae George, you want to take a shot, go on ahead. Malik Monk, Cole Anthony, Killian Hayes, Dyson Daniels, Trey Jones, Sasser, Jackson, all in play. Caruso's in play. And Colin Sexton if you're desperate. Let's go to shooting guard. Paul George, Clippers, tailspin. Ingram's in play. Cunningham, Levine, Jaylen Brown's in play. Shaden Sharp's in play. Jalen Green's in play. OG, if he's healthy. Reeves, Brandon Miller's risky. Herter, you could take a shot. Strus gets a bump if there's no Mitchell. Bogdan, another bozo, plays better when everybody's healthy. Middleton's unplayable right now. I can't touch Grayson Allen. I can't play THT. Burks if you're desperate. Reddish if he starts. The rest of these guys I don't trust. I can't play. Let's go to small forward. Tatum, Braun, Markkanen, Leonard. I'm lying. Tatum, Braun, Markkanen, all in play. George and Leonard, I can't really play right now. I don't know who's going to do what. DeRozan might be out for personal reasons. Levine should get a bump, but you know how that goes. Sarah Thompson, my man went up a whole $1,000. Absolutely in play. LeVert in play. Let's pay attention to that. Porter Jr. is okay. Keldon Johnson's fine. Wagner, Barrett, Harris, Abdia, all in play. Josh Hart gets a bump if there's no Barrett. Herbert Jones is in play. Dylan Brooks is in play. DeAndre Hunter's in play. Koulibaly's in play if you need value. Sam Hauser, never again. Let's go to power forward. Giannis, we keep an eye on. Durant's in play, but you know the deal. Wemby plays a little bit better at home. Zion, Kuzma, Banchero, all these guys are in play. Mobley's in play. Porzingis is in play if he plays. If not, everybody else gets a little bit of a bump. Jeremy Grant loves playing the Lakers. 7,300. Fire his ass up. PJ Washington's been playing very well this season. Fire him up. If Gordon Hayward is not in, give PJ Washington a little bit of a bump. Aaron Gordon's in play. John Collins has been playing better this season. Absolutely in play. These guys that John Collins and PJ Washington are almost reliable. You got to play them. Keegan Murray's not reliable, but he's in play. Jalen Johnson, he's fine. He's not a must play like he was 2 weeks ago, but he's in play. Jabari Smith been getting benched. He's been getting benched for Jeff Green. Go figure. Al Horford, people will probably be on him for what he did if Porzingis is out, but he's still a good play. Miles Bridges. What the fuck am I seeing? Miles Bridges back in play? Because I know they're definitely going to play his ass. We got to get some information about Miles Bridges, and then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Or Miles Bridges, if we get information that Miles Bridges is playing, you can hit me up in chat and see if I'm playing him or not. I need definite information that he's playing because Miles Bridges is over a 1 fantasy point per minute player, and we know that. Harrison Barnes is unplayable. Mo Wagner, if you're desperate. Hachimura's minutes are fruity. I shouldn't say fruity. I'm sorry. Hachimura's minutes are unreliable. Patrick Williams is okay. Covington, you're damned if you play him. You're damned if you don't. You play him, he does nothing. You don't play him, he scores more points and he has more minutes than Joel Embiid. Go figure. The NBA is not a real place. Sadiq Bey's in play. The rest of these guys I don't really need. Okay. Let's go to center. Jokic, you got to play. Embiid's in play. He's been questionable forever. If he doesn't play, Tobias, Covington, Maxey, Melton, they all get a little bit of a bump. And Paul Reed, of course. AD's in play. You should smash Portland if he's healthy. He did say his hip was bothering him. Sabonis is absolutely in play. You got to look at the psychology of ownership. AD had a bad game. Sabonis had a good game. They're both in good spots. AD's in a better spot. AD's ownership will be lower than Sabonis's. I can tell you that right now, just off what I just told you. Vooch, I don't know if I could pay 8-4 for Vooch. I never get Vooch right. He was an absolute failure with DeRozan off the court. You should go back to him in a spot like that, but I don't think I could spend $8,400 on someone I can't trust. I actually probably rather play Sengun. Ayton, Nurkic, Collins, all in play. Mark Williams, I can't get him right either, but he's in play. I don't need Pirtle. Jared Allen, you could take a shot on. Brook Lopez, if there's no Giannis, you could take a shot on him. Good matchup. Capella, you could take a shot. Mitchell Robinson, you could take a shot. Goga, Olynyk, if you're absolutely desperate, and Okongwu, they're all in place. And if you're like super desperate, you could play Drummond, but he's gonna play like 12, 13 minutes. And Nick Richards. If you're more desperate than that, then Drummond, you could play Nick Richards, who will probably play more minutes, or Precious Achiuwa. These guys are all in play the way the NBA has been going this season. I usually don't go that low into to the bench guys, but you gotta adapt with your you gotta adapt with your surroundings, and this season you're needing more value plays, so I don't mind opening up the bag a little bit. All right, we're about to go to FanDuel. If you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up. If you need lineups for NFL, NHL, NBA, check out the Patreon linked in the description. I am running a Thanksgiving flash sale special, so that's something you need. You need help with lineups. You don't have time to build your own lineups. You don't have time to wait for news. You don't have time to wait for starting lineups. You don't have time for all that headache. I got you. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Let's go to FanDuel. Let's breeze through the same plays. We're just basically looking at the salary to see who stands out. Mitchell, appropriate. Maxey's fine. LaMelo's a touch too cheap. Fox, Young. Lillard is priced appropriately. If Giannis is out, he's too cheap. DeJounte's fine. Brunson is okay. Van Vliet, fine. Cunningham. Remember what I told you about Cunningham. Thompson and Durant are taking his some of his rebounds away. So, and Thompson does a little bit of everything. So that's interfering with Cade Cunningham's fantasy scores. Garland, we're going to be paying attention to. Russell is fine. I can't really play Beal. I can't play Westbrook. If Booker's in, I can't play Beal. If one of those two are out, I could play the other one in Durant, but can't play all three. Or I can't play one if all three are in. Westbrook, I can't really touch right now because we don't know what's going on. Clarkson, Mays, Poole, Drew Holiday, Jalen Green, Derek White, all appropriate. I like guards. I like players on FanDuel who get a lot of steals and blocks. I prefer them. So somebody like Drew Holiday will look really good to me. Garland, You know, people like that. Van Vliet get a lot of steals. Murray, people like get a lot of steals. I like playing on FanDuel because of the scoring system. Schroeder's fine. Suggs gets a lot of steals. Suggs is absolutely in play. Sohan is fine. Killian Hayes, Tyus Jones, Malik Monk, they're all priced appropriately. Melton, Daniels, quickly. I don't trust Cole Anthony, but he's in play. Kobe White's fine. Alex Caruso, Alec Burks. I don't need Sasser anymore. Shooting guard. Booker, we're paying attention to, obviously. Paul George, I can't play. Brown. There's going to be a lot of news because it's 11 games, so just be patient. Levine, he's fine. Arthur Thompson looks good because he's getting more comfortable and he gets a lot of fantasy points. He does a little bit of everything, like I just said earlier. Shaden Sharp's in play at 7K. Levert, we're going to pay attention to that news. Bogdan's in play. Strus, we're paying attention to news. Herbert Jones, Kevin Huerter. THT, I don't really need on this slate. Josh Hart, we pay attention to news. Reddish. I don't need Hawkins. You could take a shot on if you're playing a lot of lineups. Dylan Brooks, Burks. Sexton if you're desperate. Beasley if there's no Giannis. We saw that he's going to be getting the shot, so he's going to play off that strength alone. Tatum, Braun, Durant, Barnes all in play. Marketing is fine. Brandon Ingram is fine. Banchero. Kuzma is in play, but it's still a little bit risky because of the state of that team. Michael Porter's in play. Franz Wagner, Jeremy Grant, Keegan Murray, Jalen Johnson, Reeves. Yeah, it looks like Miles Bridges is back. Let's see what they say about him. I can't play Rui. I can't play Rui unless one of Braun or AD is out. Koulibaly, you could take a shot on FanDuel if you need value. Hunter and Bay are fine. Patrick Williams if you're desperate. And Kamara, I was high on him in the early in the year, but he's a major failure. Let's go to power forward. AD, Giannis, obviously we're going to pay attention to injury news. Same thing with Braun. Randall's been playing better. Wemby, you could take a shot, better at home. Siakam should be better. Zion is fine. Tobias Harris, if I didn't mention him, he's in play. Zach Collins is in play. PJ Washington, a little bit too cheap if there's no Gordon Hayward. Jabari Smith, you can still play, but his minutes aren't like guaranteed. Covington, unfortunately, is in play. He gets a bump if there's no Embiid. Looks great if there's no Embiid. And at center, Jokic, Embiid, obviously. Sengun, Vooch, very risky. DeAndre Ayton, Valanciunas in play. I don't really want Nurkic if the big three are playing either. Pirtle, I don't trust his minutes. Zubac, teams in disarray. Clint Capella if you're desperate. Mitchell Robinson. Brook Lopez if there's no Giannis. Okongwu if you're desperate. Okongwu 5,800. Wow. If Bagley starts, he's not the worst player in the world, but you can put him at power forward. If there's no Porzingis, Horford's in play. Goga if you're desperate. Mo Wagner if you want to be different. Paul Reed if there's no Embiid. Nick Richards if you needed savings. And that's about it. So listen, that's 11 games. I'm going to go in and get out of here. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up. All that stuff's important. If you need help with lineups, NFL, NHL, NBA, you need me to build lineups for you? No problem. Check out the Patreon link in the description. I'm going to go in and get out of here. Appreciate you guys. Hope you had a profitable night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.